Hello everyone, and welcome to more things. I'm very happy to have completed my first game so far. I will note, I got 3 checks just by opening up Psychonaut because I'd received enough Psych cards to get 3 ranks up, as you can see here. Waterstone, it's fine. Razorfang, it's fine. Geocrusher, that's a big one. That's for free, and that allows me to get a little more Museum Sanity checks without having to spend money or spend time talking to Clint, which, you know, many of us prefer to avoid. So I'm playing, starting Pokemon White. There's not like a crazy amount of checks I can get currently in White, but I know where they are, so. Okay, how do I get into the water here? Right, okay. Alright, you surf here. Yes. Well, thank you, Goldine. There we go. I received the Voodoo Doll in Psychonaut. That sounds like it may involve a misrepresentation of Voodoo. The spiritual and cultural practice. Where even am I? Streams it. Where on this map is streams it? I'm trying to see, but the game is being a bit annoying because there's so many checks. Oh, I finished streams it. Now, apparently, I can get a Pokemon for free from the Dream Yard. So that probably would have been good for me to have realized in previously, but what starter do I have? I think. Okay. There you go. Sure. Thank you. I can nickname the Pansage? Okay. I already forgot what nicknames I already have in this game. It's been so long since I last played Pokemon White. I think I've got the Storm, so I can make it against. Oh yes, also I hinted for where Gloria's Mind is because it's got some important checks, and it is in Balatro, which I think probably my next video after I do this set, which this may wind up being 2 videos just because some of the games I'm looking at you against the Storm are kind of long. I probably should open the tracker and against the Storm. Also, I got a bunch of levels in Power. Okay, so I apparently have a whole bunch of checks to the south, so we'll start by, I think, clearing those out, right? And then after we finish clearing out the southern checks, I should check. Do I have, I'm so bad at switching to the DS ones, and I keep playing Game Boy games in between in other things. I was in the medicine section. Yeah, that won't help. Alright, let's just go to the top, because I don't remember what I got. Waterstone. That's cool. I just got that. Does not look like I have XP share. Isn't that clear with a reddish tint? So not Aerodactyl? Or it just looks like that? I think there's only the 2 evolution lines of Archon and Caracosta here. I'm ages away from being able to reawaken these anyway. Analysis. Okay. Maniac will buy it for a high price. Okay, well. Alright, let's go back to doing the go south thing that the plan is. Is that tall grass? It's gotta be. Actually, wait, do I have, Oh, it's probably the rod. Click the wrong button. I'm gonna register that because that's faster. Okay. Dowsing machine looks low. I literally did this so that I could here faster. Apparently a strength item back there. Great news about this game is you don't need badges to use HMs. The pan uses. I've got like 2 HMs. I'm finding a random Pokemon already. Given my platinum run last time, I'm surprised it wasn't a Bidoof. It sort of seemed like they were the they were gonna haunt me in every game that I play, not just Pokemon Platinum. I half expected to see them when I last played Pokemon Blue. Yes. I would never be against the Storm. Me and the Storm are good friends. We have a very comfortable working relationship, which I realize is me sort of dialing down from the first game that I made, but I don't know if the reason that these questions you tackle, that's illegal. Leftovers! Alright, bag. Pokeball. I'm just gonna do the Great Ball. Hello, Basculin. Replace the Goldeen with this, but I don't think I will because it's kind of funny to have a Goldeen, even if Basculin is like just better than CK. Actually, is it in my party or is it in my box? No, okay, it's in box 2. Okay, I've caught a lot more Pokemon than I first realized. Person in the trench coat and fedora seems a bit suspicious. I think there might be like a detective. Sorry, I've got to guess the storm open right behind this, and I'm like, oh, is it raining in Pokemon? Oh, it's just raining in Against the Storm. The game famous for raining all the time. Wait, did I? Oh no, I clicked wrong. Okay, I was gonna say, did I fail it? Oh, because they're faster than me again. Like, seriously, man? This is an eternal thing that haunts me. It's just that it just is so opposed to letting me escape from basic encounters that are really just a waste of my time. Apparently the suspicious person is a park ranger. So I have to wonder why they're dressed like that. Okay, there we go. Because it does not give great impressions to me. I think in future I just pick whatever starter is the fastest, unless like the other starter is like genuinely broken. Snivy would have escaped all those good matches. What? So she gives me an item presumably after we go into gladiatorial combat. Swoobat! Level 4. How the hell does Swoobat evolve that you have a Swoobat? This isn't randomized. I think they've actually, while I've been playing this, released randomization for Pokemon White, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I knew I have it. Oh, I have an XP share. I'm already using it. I mean, this will probably take 2, but I think it'll only take 2. I think... No, okay. I lied. I'm gonna do some chip. Maybe Tepe is just not the Pokemon that I thought it was. I actually meant to click over here. I feel like this has to pick up, though. It is much stronger than Ember. Probably picked up from full. There we go. Okay. sent a small arrowhead bundle. That's funny. I think the arrowhead bundle might be enough to progress. So I think there's a hidden item here. It's an item from Ranger Claude. Just down there. This map is very small, and the actual game is not that small, so it's a bit hard for me to figure out exactly how far... I forgot that was a thing in this game! Like, at one point I knew that that was a thing, and then subsequently I forgot that that was a thing. Alright, I'm just gonna throw all out at Herdier. Even though Scraggy is theoretically more of a problem. Because it has the super effective move here. It's just that Herdier is a higher base power, you know? That's not a great start. Okay, the good news is my Pokemon is very light. Alright, so Ember should be enough to pick up Herdier, and it looks like another Tackle should be enough to pick up Scraggy. Go. Herdier will unfortunately be able to get some more chip off, which is unfortunate. Well, I don't really need to say that, of course. There's some more viral silence because I didn't video on the video. Had like a long, not like that long. I got to start later, but finished quite late at work today because of the sleep times that I was working before. So these old rangers all just go around like beating up children? Because that doesn't to me sound like particularly positive use of government funding. And do they all have like over-leveled Pokemon? Sorry, like evolved like baby Pokemon? Sorry. Pokemon that have evolved significantly before their level. That they actually evolve. That's the wording I'm trying to say. If I had like Flamethrower, I would prefer that to Ember. I could use it in conjunction with Overheat. Ember I can only really use very specific circumstances. How do these people even survive the wild Pokemon around them? They're notably higher level than they are. Sure. I might do special attack anyways. Strike is okay. It's like a kind of real Pokemon, yeah. Mostly because of the speed. I didn't mean to go clear, but I did now, so I should rearrange the order of moves. I love spamming the first move and the... Oh my gosh. Well, the good news is, with the Leer, if I succeed in getting an attack off, there are very high odds it should be enough to KO. They just click charge, so... Yay! Well, got some XP. Not a lot, but, you know. This character sure do love to yap. I don't know if I have the ingredients for deluxe fertilizer. Is that the one that involves fish? There we go. I've officially cleared this area of checks. I am just gonna leave. Wait, they're like real levels. I haven't even caught a Scraggy before. Rude. Please don't actually get the KO. That would be very annoying. Ah, sorry, I mean, they don't get the KO into me. Getting the KO into me would be annoying. Me getting the KO into them, I'm much happier with. Gonna do a lot, yeah. Even with the low base power, it's still pretty significant in terms of the degree to which it's able to threaten my guy. Alright. don't think there should be enough to KO. Oh, I'm in Blaze. That's probably why it's doing so much. Alright, so if this tackle doesn't KO, which also will include if my Pokemon... give my Pokemon full paralyzes. Alright, please don't KO. That sucks, because now I'm able to lead Pokemon that is very low level. Really like HM02 if I can get to the point where I can hit in this game. Yes. Hit down, not the best move, but better than several of the moves you got. Okay, how is Pokemon White doing? Pokemon White is not at a percentage. Yeah, it's gonna hit yet. I mean, they were pretty stuck at the start of the game for a while. I went the wrong way, and now I might. Wait, what? Is this where it's meant to go? Okay. Where the heck is home? What route did I just leave? Route 1. Oh, is it back through all of this? That's not great. Looks like I have to do the surf again. Hope I don't run into any basculin. Okay. I mean, this is, I guess, the broader potential issue with the randomizer, right? And just a little bit both, because I'm obviously notably higher level than this wild 38. 16. This game is just cheating. Like, again, this isn't randomized. I don't understand why there are so many Pokemon that aren't actually all that level. Okay. So through this patch of grass is home. And of course, I have to run into probably a Patrat. Yep. I am just gonna run. Well, there's a P2 laboratory. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's on Route 17? One of these is my house. I don't know. Actually, it's probably the middle one. So that one is a dat. That's not a Pokemon game. Thank you. Okay, so in the lab, there's a bunch of checks in logic for seeing a very large amount of Pokemon, which I have not done. I do not think that the logic for that there should be logic for seeing 115 Pokemon when I am BK'd stuck hard in Macreen City. My PowerPoints. Frankly, you know what's seeing? But I have to remember to use a repel, which clearly I'm not going to. It's spamming. Continue. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna do is open up my bag, figure out where the repels are. Where's the rappel? Please, I need it so much. Do I actually have no rappels? Wait, what's that? Please, I need it. No. I'll like sell all the money stuff. Actually, did I have a PP up or PP max? Because I wouldn't mind that on over here. I just hate this so much sometimes, man. Just the amount of times at which you have to waste time doing it, and then it's like, oh, actually, you can't escape this time. You have to wait through a million animations first, because you just die, I guess. It's been 2 dials! It was 2 dials! This is the same masculine! It's not, it's a higher level, but like... Come on, man. Humans, oh yeah, I think yeah. Okay, so that's not it. This. Okay, at least I can go through back through here. Trying to figure out where this lab is. Okay, I figured it out. Huh. Oh, okay. Are these like the Team Rocket warp blocks? It's not in lore, they're like riptides or something. But do they just do the no? Okay, around the rock and then likely see that swimmer, which is a bit awkward, you know. It's a bit antisocial right now, which I mean, I don't want to. Oh my gosh, fight another random water encounter. I swear if this is Basculin, okay. At least it's a cool Pokemon. No, I don't dislike Basculin. I just have seen 3 of them today. A lot more than 3 of them. Also, they're all blue stripe Basculin, which I guess means that the red stripe Basculin is just from a different river. So I don't get burned that way. Yep, the good news is, it looks like it's pretty safe for me to just keep spamming him, but bad news is, it does look like a big Asian one. Wait, that reduces the power of fire-type moves. That's so rude. Don't you know I'm trying to use fire-type moves? I'm just gonna start throwing Pokeballs. No. Really buy more Pokeballs as well. There we go! Cool, I like Frillish. Frillish is a cool Pokemon. I do already have a water type. And it's also a male Frillish. But I do like Frillish. Of course, I immediately have to fight the trainer. I really dislike when they design the game in the way where it's like, oh, screw you, it's January, sort of thing, you know? 10 points to dice. I think that means 10 starting points, so that's closer to a check, for sure. It's level 5 alone on mobile. I don't have randomization on. It wasn't a thing when I generated it. It looks like it's a thing now. Truly an experience. They actually teach this in Game Design 101. The main thing you want to do is make sure that your player sits there wasting that time for as long as possible. And nothing that they do is like worthwhile or meaningful. They have no ability to enjoy life. I'm not even like particularly over level, right? Like okay. I also probably didn't actually. Okay, I'm gonna go on this. Okay, I guess that is a thing. How do I? Stop being awful! Okay, is this a TM? Is it like, oh, you need the Whirlpool TM? Do you need Dive and Waterfall? Okay. I'm gonna run. I got Reaper Cloth and Platinum. Okay, it looks like if I go the top route, I can actually get to that item. I just need to move differently. And not take the fact that there's rocks there as an indication that there are rocks on my path. Or, in this case, I accidentally click the Pokemon button instead of the, Alright. Jerky in against the Swords. I played that today. Okay, so oh, why are all the encounters the same Pokemon? Like, it's really lame seeing, oh, this is another 15th Basculin. Oh, it's your 12th Parrot. Oh, it's your 6th Frillish. I moved one tile. Pokemon Y, actually. Maybe the worst Pokemon game. Like, not. Like, it isn't. This is very frustrating. I should have just bought repels when I was in the big city. Realize how obnoxious this is going to be! I'm pretty sure I can't get encounters while I'm on the slide path. So that means that I went like 4 tiles. So that means in like less than 10 tiles, I've had 3 wild encounters. That is ridiculous. I can't even get, there's a check up there, and I can't even get to it until I go down and surf more. I'd love using like Faith 3D stuff in these games. I don't actually necessarily care for it myself. Actually, there's no checks in this building. I just sort of went in it for S&G, I suppose. What's this? Oh, there's a strength area that I can't get to because I don't have strength. Please don't have only Pokemon that resist fire type. That's all I ask. Okay, 1 Pokemon, Mulga. Please don't click Nuzzle or Thunderwave. Those are the only other things I ask. Right. In Pokemon ZA, having leftovers heals your Pokemon in the overworld. And that does just sort of feel sensible to me. Wish I had Fly. That's the thing I want to hit, is Fly. There's not even that much of the area, but I still want to hit Fly. Just haven't caught one of these yet. I'm really bad at getting the Ember Burn. Come on, be serious. It's just... It's only 1 accuracy drop. Scraggy is a very cute animation. Alright, I think this is the point where I start throwing balls. This animation is also a bit long for my interests. I feel like my interests have slowly become whatever just spends less of my time. I'm not the only person in the history of the game for it to be like that, but... It was 2 tiles! That's a throw. You've been disappointing me in another context. My main channel. Yeah, leave though. I don't know, this is coming out in April and I'm recording it in the start of March. Yeah, I'm gonna click overheat now. I really need to check my TM case. Okay, the good news is it clicked focus energy again. I think I have a great ball. I don't only have an ultra ball. I'd really rather not. Level 10. Bit frustrating. This is actually what I was trying to click. I think it might survive this next overhit heat, but it might not. Alright, it did. I should have just thrown the ball now. I click bind. Crit. Of course it crit after the defense drop. I wouldn't. Come on, man. It's level 10. They're really just trying to screw me over with this. Like, there's no serious world in which this mon in the red at level 10 is breaking out a Pokeball first try. Like, this is another one of those frustrating Pokemon mechanics. Alright, we're just going for the KO. This one's bulky, but it doesn't really do anything with it. Sorry. I'm probably not happy it's a long day, but I am unreasonably frustrated at this amount of nonsense. Especially given I actually put the work in to see if I had a, Come on! I put the work in to see if I had a repel, and the fact that I don't have a repel is obnoxious. But also I haven't gotten fly. How far am I off? I should keep this in the background, the one that shows me how far I am off of a check, off of a hint, because I would strongly like to, fly would be very nice. Get to the shops. I mean, it's possible that was fly. It wasn't. It was a mini kit, which, you know, closer to going Batman. Is there just no grace period? Oh my gosh, is that actually like different to other games, or am I just having recency bias on how awful this feels? Let's see, turn back this way at this point in time. Okay, man, blind traders, much lower encounter rates. Such a improvement for the actual things. This is... No, I shouldn't swap. I should just... I don't know, I might switch game up there for this route. Not even bother going to that green. I'm very much not enjoying this experience right now. What level do you evolve at? And do you at least evolve soon as well? I feel like you probably don't. 17. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I've just seen too many Basculin for one lifetime. I was saying that, like, I don't know. It feels sometimes like a disconnect between How? What? What do you mean a amount of time? I withdraw the comment that I was about to make. Yeah, I don't know. The Pokemon seem, like, really consistently, bizarrely overleveled, and I don't understand that at all. Oh, I don't know why they've done that. Sorry, over-evolved, because that's a level 6 Tyranitar. Maybe this is, something that's been affected by randomization. I don't. It feels like it has to have been, and it's just the Pokemon that haven't changed. Why did I not switch? I definitely should have switched to Epic on Simisage. I know that's the grass one. I got given one. Oof, speed drop. Ah, that's unfortunate. Excuse me. It's a bit yawny. Yeah, this must have been affected by the randomization. There's no way this is like... This did seem like it was a late game area. So the levels must be affected, but not the specific Pokemon? I have a mouth that I must screen. It's equal to the book. I have no mouth that I must screen. Except it's about me playing Pokemon. Computers with a problem, because they keep giving me really low odds. A million encounters in Pokemon. Sorry, how do I even get to that other beach? How do we get to that section? Alright, let's remove the, What? Okay. What? I have to move a very thin path, it looks like. I'm not even totally sure how you get to that thin path. In fact, this whole area maze, no, okay, you can't go through there. Can't go there. I guess you start here. Okay, this is not how I thought this worked. Okay, so 2 checks in this building, I believe. 1 check in that building, I apologize. One more check on this island. I thought I was enough tiles down. Oh my gosh. They were so proud of themselves with their ability to develop perspective in this. Unfortunately, I don't think this led to the game being more enjoyable, for me at least. This is definitely meant to be a post-game area. Like, these are all fully grown-ass adults. Like, this Pokemon pays taxes. Huh, he really gives you just like random guys. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to walk around him and then risk like 3 more encounters. It's unfortunate. I don't have any moves that really synergize with Taylor. Ooh, wait. Lillipop evolving? Into a hoodie, eh? Hell yeah. Stalin isn't a great Pokemon, but it's fun. Oh, you are so... This is the worst Pokemon game of all time. Just have to make my way through the extra animation. Minus the medium. It was 3 tiles, Game Freak. Okay. I need to go to Bulbapedia and look up the encounter chance. Encounter rate. Each tile has a number that affects the chance of finding a wild Pokemon. Yeah, okay, this is not very clear. Well, the good news is I can relax with Power Sim next. I've also changed the angle at which it splits. I think that actually helps me. Okay, so there's a lot of checks left. I just need to know the answer. It feels like it is way more common than in every other Pokemon game that I played, which is a lot of Pokemon games, because I just played, you know, 4 other Pokemon games. Okay, that dippy thing there also looks like it's an issue. Yeah, if I go hit one of you all first, I might be something, but I didn't, so. Found my own PPR. It didn't even have... So. Okay. Is that why I keep finding Frillish? Because they added an extra, like, half a mechanic? Well, you know, surely. They will know that that half a mechanic. They will want that to be, like, the only way of interacting with the game. You know, I think it turns out that using really bad PvP Pokemon, that sucks. Especially when you run into mono, fully evolved Pokemon guys. Or the worst Pokemon in the history of the game, so moments. Well, let's take some scraps. If I hadn't leered, I could probably have got that all. I had so much health that I took so much recoil. Okay, so we're trying to go here. Stop wasting my time! Why is the animation so obnoxious? Why isn't run hotkeys? Oh, I'm just the intimidation. Okay. Well, at least you didn't move in a way that, like, throws me completely over. I am not enjoying myself. These Pokemon fights have not proved challenging, and instead I'm just wasting my time. Which, you know, at least I get to see Ducklet, that's a new Pokemon. So for encounters, what is it? Seeing 25 species, okay, so I actually have to catch them. I probably could have gone away with Tackle with his staff, and they are a level 4 Ducklet. But you know, I went for a takedown, great. Just the culture. I got by it for this reason. Yeah, one of the benefits of Sanities is that you get sent more items, and those items can help. There's apparently a check on that rock. There's also another rock that there's a check on that I missed. But I think I have to leave this way anyways. Chieftain! That's a good beater. I think I'm like doing pretty well. Like my goal is to try and like I'm still doing like the Nuzlocke thing, but my goal is to try and gold tabs using the Nuzlocke things. And I feel like I'm doing pretty. I feel like I got some good options, you know. Does Pokemon not hate me? Okay, there's apparently 2 hidden items. Found one of them. Found the other one. There's also the non-hidden item down here, which of course you have to surf 1 tile on. Which you then have to then surf again the 2nd time. The prog item, it's helpful. Prog item do it. Intermediates? Surely not. Yeah, I'm not really sure what prog it is. That is a whole ass Crossel. That man has a doctorate. That man is a respected professional in his field. Why am I here when I have barely evolved the Herdier? Alright, that means it can live another bite. Originally I was going to use Tackle, but now it's got defense raised and go for bite again. Alright, let's throw the Ultra Ball. I'm going to use Crossel because it's slow, and we've learned that slow is bad. So I should just use a Pokeball. It's just not going to catch it, because the catch rates in this game are just screwed. It didn't even roll at all. That's ridiculous. There's no way. This Pokemon is in the reddest of red HP. It's level 12. How? Ah, that's just ridiculous. Okay, at least roll this down. They've lost the effect of their withdrawal. I mean, they haven't, because, you know, they're technically still taking reduced damage. Okay, one more item, and then I'm leaving this hellish game. Problem was that clearly that I wasn't spamming the A-button enough. You're kidding me! So what's doing Sleeping Shell Smash? Bro, my entire extended family will die if I am hit with a move. But also its entire extended family. Does he even have a move? I've only seen 3 of its moves, right? Presented without comment. Presented without comment. Oh my gosh, why the animation time's so long? Build you cool and all, but we don't need to see you on the screen every time we run into a wild Pokemon, which is every 2 tiles. Just stay on the screen at that point. Alright, I'm glad I haven't had to fight that person. I don't know if that is actually the person that you have to fight, but if it is, I'm glad I haven't had to. Okay. I don't know where I wanted up at. Oh, that's bad. No, there's 1 check left. I have to go all the way back. But the game has been so obnoxious. I don't want to do that. Oh no. I'm gonna have to go through so much grass, and I'm going through so much water. Oh. And the worst, again, is the fact that I don't even have... I don't want to fight that guy. I can't get to that item down there. Most people had strength? There's a couple things behind strength. The spoiler to see if there's max repel. Repels aren't even checks I can be sent. They just want me to suffer. Is that why we're still here? It's been like 4 tiles. I hate this. My Pokemon is fainted. I can't heal him because I would need to go through this whole gosh dang huge ass obnoxious like bring back the flow tiles. I don't think people liked the flow tiles. In fact, I think most people thought they were like at best like a mildly amusing puzzle, and broadly the consensus was actually fairly negative. How do I get to the section that I'm trying to go to? Yeah, at the bottom of these 2 sides, I think. It's 2, and I hate this one. Okay. I think both of those have the same place. Or no, maybe one of them still locks me out of it. The fact that they even put this hidden item here is also kind of just like rude. Yeah, there's 4 items here that are all locked behind strength. Okay. The ability to get now. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna start taking screenshots of a wild blank appeared, and it will be on the thumbnail. Or like a mystifying encounter. Oh. There's no reason for these trainers to be here, man. Trainers are... Maybe actually trainers are the worst thing they ever invent their Pokemon. I haven't necessarily developed this into like a full structure. But man, trainers are such a waste of time so much of the time. I think I probably always felt this to some degree. Just how absurdly waste of timey the trainers are. Like, they don't... You know, sometimes they contribute to, like, being like, oh, you know... oh, this tells you this about having a relationship with Pokemon. How you... with the chat. I just had to fight a stupid trainer. Come on. I don't need this. None of us need this. The viewers at home don't need this. I certainly don't need this. None of us need this. Okay, now... I'm gonna go down here. And this should be the one that takes me back to the start so that I can leave this forsaken place. Oh no, I have to go surf. No, I don't want to. I want to just be home already. I also forgot to take the screenshot like I said I was going to do. I'm taking the screenshot. I just need to recenter myself, you know? I think that's it. Just a bit off center. By off center, I mean, quit playing Pokemon forever. Yeah, I mean, it's been an hour Pokemon. I think that's a perfectly fine amount. Let's hope that I am able to manage my methods significantly better in Power Wash and I have a Mura. I forgot about that. I think long term the plan is not to keep using patch up, but I think I have the code, which is kind of important. Alright, let's switch over to Power Wash Sim and keep the Pokemon music going on in the background, because that's what I'm doing. Yeah, there's a couple options for levels. I mean, we're going to do several of them. I haven't actually done this level, an archipelago yet. I do need it to goal in a different one, different level. Sorry. I also need it to goal in a different archipelago, so I will be doing it. But in general, the run levels are pretty chill. There's no door. Oh no, there is a door. Okay, I was gonna like this. Is there no door? I think this is. Was this drill the one involved in the volcano explosion that the mayor caused? Because I know the mayor caused a volcanic eruption. You can see the volcanic eruption in the background of a few different ones. and we're aware that the mayor caused it, but the important thing is that he's going to clean up the city, and he does it mostly by hiring me to do stuff, so that's pretty cool. So I'm very good at cleaning, as we can tell. And if I am being used to clean evidence of the mayor's involvement in the thing, I mean, you know, I'll be the first dodgy contractor taking advantage of their political connections. But which of these do I have on? I think I can just go with the short extension for a vehicle. Or at least one that isn't like the fire helicopter. Okay. Yeah, I'm currently uninstalling and reinstalling Civ 5 because after I build it in this one, it's not letting me... It's not connecting with Archipelago for Civ 5 in a different AP. Which is a bit tragic. Okay. Still a little bit with the rear shielding. Yeah, this nozzle's definitely fine for this distance. Thoughts. I've been listening to this week. I've been listening to Dreams from the Grandfather by Robert Tree, who may be familiar with his adopted father, Iron Eyes Cody, who played the famous crying Indigenous man in the anti-pollution ad, anti-littering ad. Now, Iron Eyes Cody, it's not actually Indigenous. I think he was Italian. But Robert Tree is Maricopa and Dakota, I believe. Though he does have some songs in Lakota as well, which I believe is a different group to the Dakota. I don't think it's just the case where it's the language is a different name. I think it's a different but related group. Either way, it's been very beautiful. It's still, and hopefully not still when this video comes out in April. But it's a very difficult and harrowing time in terms of news, and I think the music is really good at sort of taking that feeling, moving it from depression to melancholy. It's just very powerful. I think in general, like Robert was an incredibly talented flautist, and the Native American flute in the hands of a talented flautist is just like it does so much. I need to look at what I got. I got Suffrage in Civ 6. That's cool. I'm playing that game soon. I think my goal, I think that's one of the next ones I want to try and goal. Because it's theoretically in Go mode. It's not in Go mode for a diplomatic victory. I just don't know that having in me to try and do the diplomatic victory in that game. I don't even know what Go mode is in some of these games. But Civ 6 is pretty easy. Prog volley site, load at Russia, you immediately win the game. It's really that simple. It's kind of crazy that it's that simple. But lava is just so cheap. Okay, Caterpillar Tread. That leaves this one. No, okay, just the one on the other side. And then wheel drives. Is this on the wheel drive? No, okay. Is it one of these top two wheel drives? Doesn't seem it. Is it one of these two wheel drives? Is it one of these two wheel drives? Is it one of these two wheel drives? Okay, I don't know what I've done wrong. Clearly missed one because I thought I checked all of them. Oh no, I already cleaned it. Okay. Rear shielding is these. It's likely, yeah, on the bottom of some of these. Yeah, what I've adapted to is having a little fewer of the junk checks locally, but having a greater, having fewer junk checks overall as well. I can see what the issue is, but it's not trying to, like, you need to get in there. Okay, there we go. It's an hostage, the Joker baby. That's not a useful check, but, you know, it exists. Maybe worthwhile if you... It doesn't feel super worthwhile. I'm like trying to think like what junk checks would be useful to replace stuff like that. The answer is there isn't really a useful one, especially because you need coins less than in... Like, you need studs way less than in Lego Star Wars. Let's see. So probably the underside of the seat that I need. Oh, okay, there we go. Literally no checks. I actually have no idea what C17H35C OOA is. Does this say Kitha Schooner? I don't know, man. Fire truck. And then I think I've only got the fire helicopter in terms of air vehicles. We're making good progress on this. You know, obviously, the checks have not necessarily been useful to developing the overall game. Obviously, they're getting closer to goaling this game, right? And we've got enough, well... We've got, what, 2 useful checks? 1 useful check? Only suffrage? Well, you know, sometimes that's all you need. Shot points for what a Pelico. You know, that moves us to more checks. I do appreciate that. I just realized, sorry, I'm like thinking about like the design of all the things. So if they have like sorry, in terms of like the design space in Puerto Pelico, the checks that you get are for doing you know, like doing words, getting parts of words correct, like getting letters and things, so the way that you make the letters have corresponding checks is by having sort of the Sphere 2 version of it, where for getting a letter, using a letter in a word is a check, and then that's 1 for 1. Every letter in that you consider valuable. Which, you know, they've got YAML options to change what letters you want to be considered valuable. And I always pick the one that includes everything, even though that probably isn't the right call. But, you know, I just want to give me a word with Q in it, you know? I want Q to be how I win the game. They've done a new update to Puerto Pelico in terms of like what YAML options there are, so it won't affect my game at all. ICL. I think in terms of useless checks, I think ICLs, in terms of like those status items, ICLs I think are probably the most useless. But maybe that's me being overly a hater. Or maybe me just not valuing using items enough in Pokemon runs. It's possible that I should be valuing in combat contexts. Because I guess realistically, if you take a turn to use an item thawing, that's the equivalent of having spent 1 turn frozen. So if you don't thaw first turn, then you saved time. No, sorry, when it says truck, I think it must be on the top of the truck, because I'm not seeing the ability for me to get like actually under the truck. Even though I feel like these trucks are actually reasonably raised, and you certainly could. There's a lot of the cars you don't get into the undercarriage. More stuff like the bikes, where you do. Alright. This is the truck part. Where's the fire? He's got an interesting a power washer who has an interesting collection of business links. He's got a lot of them with public service, which is, I would say, probably not like the most usual, but I'm not actually familiar with the industry enough to make a strong statement on that. We got satisfaction. You know, look, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm definitely more satisfied in this game than I was in Pokemon. Some bit of stuff. About this slide. Okay. Probably gonna get the backs and sides. Steps. Wheels. Oh. There we go. Windscreen wipers. Steps. On the back. Yep. Steps on the back. Did you ever figure out if Drake did send a DMCA to French Montana? I think I may have said that in a previous video, but that's on my mind, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if this game had useful checks, or even like junk checks in the ice heal sense, that would be cool. I think the Platinum soundtrack worked better. This backing track to playing games without music. I'm just glad I got the DNS thing fixed from the previous episode. I mean, like, I know that it was always going to happen over time. But it was pretty panicky at the time when I tried a variety of heavy-duty fixes, including rebooting my router and changing my host file in System32. I opened up System32 more than I have since I set up this computer in the first place. Just in that one day trying to figure that out. And then only wound up being able to record that shorter video last time. I do like this level. I actually have played this level a lot recently. I played it in async. I played it in async. I played it here in this, which is technically a sync. I just call it solo. But it's technically a sync because we're always playing at the same time as every other player, which is only me. But I feel like it functions more like an async. Because to me, the function of an async is more that you don't get checks while actively playing. Like, you don't receive the benefits of checks while actively playing, at least anywhere near as frequently as in syncs. Yeah. I guess I haven't really, like, I've done hints a couple times. I don't think I've had anything which has been locked behind Power Wash, and that's just because, similar to, like, the Jigsaw, it's got less checks overall than the Jigsaw, right? I've got, like, 7 checks on me, but, like, you only have effectively 1 check a level, whereas you have effectively, you know, I think, how many puzzle pieces am I getting? Like 2? Which means every time I get a level, which is much longer than putting a single puzzle piece in, or 2 puzzle pieces in, every time I get a level in Power Wash, I get 1 check from it. Equivalent. This rate is pretty low. Good news is, as I've been playing this level more, I'm learning which bits I forget, or which bits I don't realize are there. Which are 2 separate things that have both meant that I am, like, sitting on 99%. I mean, you generally spend a bit of time sitting on 99% in this game. But this section back here, specifically the stuff around this, like the different sides of this, both the other times I completed this level, I forgot it. And outside of the levels I just played in the video, I haven't played any other levels. Like, I haven't played any levels in other things since I last did the fire helicopter. I think it's a fun level. It's very large. Fire helicopter. No. But I do enjoy, I think, just cleaning the helicopter in general. Like, the shape of the helicopter, I think, is reasonably satisfying. Hey, this is the level that I talked about where I should go back to the long extension at the very least. I'm pretty sure it had the long extension set from last time I played this level. Because there's a couple places where you, like, there are very few places where you need the extra long extension and, like, you can always just move. But there are a couple places where you can't use it at all. I've got scaffolding there, but I also have this scaffolding if I wanted to try using the extra long extension. Normally I start on the snorkel, which is this section. I didn't this time. There wasn't a particular rhyme or reason to it. I just didn't. I respect that in myself. Just making different decisions. Solely because I'm making different decisions, you know? Variety is the spice of life. I think I've done much on that yet in the last. I haven't finished cleaning this shaft. I think I have to get some of it with a great degree of verticality. But hopefully not the latter. It feels more rewarding to complete these levels without using the furniture stool equipment. It feels more rewarding to complete levels without using the equipment. Even that last level I was using it, but it feels less naughty, quote unquote, when I use it where it starts. I mean, like that time I wasn't using it, I just walked over it. You know, it feels less like I'm, I don't know, naughty's a weird word to use for it. Naughty's a weird word in general. It's got a lot of odd connotations, and it feels more like archaic to use outside of those connotations. Shameful. It's shameful, clearly. This section is also like one of the more challenging ones to clean. I was talking to my parents about this game and how I'm enjoying it, and Mum was baffled by the idea that there is a power wash simulator. I don't think I forget if I mentioned that there's even a sequel that was so popular. I'm just like, how could people want to do this thing? And then I showed her the clip of the person taking a break from playing a crane to use the Steam Deck to play a taking a break from their job of operating a crane to use the Steam Deck to play a simulator where you operate a crane. I mean, just gamifying things that you're already passionate about. But I mean, frankly, I think that cleaning in the real world would also feel more fun if there was no consistent usage, only needed pressure washing to clean stuff, and like you didn't need and you had this like insane gun. I certainly think that the Trident is a significant improvement in my enjoyment of this game. I think if I had this in the real world, even with the janky lock-on bits that it sometimes does, I'd enjoy cleaning, like doing the mopping sort of cleaning more. It's a little bit more fun to use than a mop. Why isn't this going? And I remember it's also got this. Yeah, this game is a platformer. And that's the real problem with using the equipment, is that you deny the platforming aspect, which is a core part of the Power Wash Simulator experience. I'm going to finish the water tank. I'm just going to get this at the inside of this wall. Should try and definitely get some work done on this. You can get some of the blades, not the the floppy bits. I don't know how you describe the different parts of the blade of the helicopter, but some of the bits that otherwise were obscured by. I guess I just missed this blade entirely. So hopefully you can get a bit of work done on the rotor, which is challenging. It's a challenging part to do. Yeah, physics in the real world is also, I'd say, more of a downer. And like, you just be soaked, you know, and the outfit that the power washer wears does not look like it would be comfortable in the real world, whereas I'm doing this in my pajamas, you know, like I'm very comfortable. It's, you know, It's a nice time. It's just a first-person shooter where they remove the stressful part of playing a first-person shooter, you know? Which is the opposite of Choo-Choo Shells, because they made it even more stressful. But also kept the incredible platforming. And check, I said 50 points to hat in time. If I am actually fully out of shop checks and there are no more shop checks, which is currently what it looks like, I don't really know how the shop functions in that game. That is unfortunate. Because I can't use those pawns for anything. So I'm gonna get like a max health increase at some point for that game. Mostly for the full damage. Alright, there we go. That was the bit that I hadn't done the fuselage. That's this whole thing, right? Yeah, just be these bits. It's totally safe to stand on the wrist stabilizer, by the way. And not just like some power jank. Alright, if no one's cleaning the rotor blades up here, I might want the extra one. Even clean the rest of the fuselage, which I just finished. No! I might be like dawg levels on board the 2D platformers. That's heartbreaking. I have to check my hair every day, see if it's receding. I mean, very few people have quite that level of being bald at 2D platforms, let alone 3D platformers. Did I even play a 2D platformer in this? I don't think I did. I'm tempted to play Zelda 2 in with some friends. I don't think I will, but I'm definitely tempted by it. Just because the reason is that it's both of them are fairly new to Syncs. Like some of them have done like on the multi-world randomizers where everyone's playing the same game. You know, I don't want to put too much. I'll already play this by now. I'm playing it in 3 days. But yeah, I really don't want to set the level 5, you know. I'm not sure what game I want to play in it, because there's a lot of randomizer games, and a lot of mob sites. I mean, actually think the one, and the reason that I really want to prioritize going tabs is you can only do one of these tabs runs like at a time, or it's like really inconvenient to sort of switch between them. Because I kind of want to do tabs. Tabs is a fun game. I do different campaigns as well. Okay. This would go easier if I was using one of the smaller cup. Wait, how did I not finish that off? The fact that there's 2 sides to this is sometimes makes me completely forget one of the sides when I've done the wheel and entry bit already. I don't even know what that is. Landing gear. Okay. It's like I've already done the landing gear. I know what I'm doing. I actually don't. It's the problem. I must have done, yeah, okay. I've done the sides on one of the sides, but I haven't done the side on the other side. Have I not done this? I missed 2 entire rotors? And that previous third one? I don't know. You need to use this ladder. So that remains that the way that you jump up is on the landing gear. I should finish clearing this off while I'm here. Alright, let's get down. Business to defeat the Huns. Why did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? No, it's an interesting question. I was going to try and do the one where you answer the question like ChatGPT, but I didn't have the energy to continue that. I'll try and figure out platforming in award-winning platformer. If it hasn't won an award yet, I'll make up a new award and give it to it. Yeah, I do feel like as I continue to play more games, I can get more frustrated with some of them. So, man, I am sincerely considering if I wind up at a point where I have games stuck behind Vampire Survivors, and I don't think I like try and I'm incapable of getting the thing stuck behind, I might just wind up releasing Vampire Survivors. 96%. A lot of it is this section in here, but that doesn't. I can't be able. Oh, I haven't done these two works. I'll contribute. Or just make for a significant section of a percentage. Yeah. That was like 1.5% by itself. Okay, there we are. There's also an artist who I used to listen to back in like the 2000s, who I rediscovered, but like I can't find any of their older music anymore because I think they had issues with the like the labels, maybe not the most accurate. Okay, let's check all 6 rotor blades are done. Let's just check that. Okay, here we see the front windows, landing gear, tire, water tank. Water tank isn't finished. I thought it, okay, well the water tank's finished now. Tire, landing gear. Surely that can't be a little bit. It's got a lot of percentage for just that section. I do know getting the inside of the hinges on that can be a little bit challenging sometimes. Even like through the top end. Alright, we finished landing gear. It's probably this tire because it's the one I haven't checked. Alright, there we go. That's all the vehicles I had unlocked. Alright, location-wise, the subway platform, or the Ferris wheel, I've dropped off recently. Let's do the skate park. And then after I finish the skate park, we can move on to fancy storm, I guess. I don't even know how I gotta figure out YouTube thumbnails and stuff. This YouTube thumbnail figuring out thing is pretty challenging, I won't lie. Let me check what's the seems that our town is going up the world. So it's the county championships. Okay. This black warden guy seems a lot worse than the mayor. It's like very rude and like very anti-health and safety, which I don't think is a great mentality for someone who has such a significant job at maintaining facilities to have. Yeah, obviously there's the other sides of the benches that are there too. There's a lot of floor in this place. Once I get 50% through this level, I'll be 50% through rolling power simulator, which probably suggests that I have too many levels I have to be doing. Especially because I've been like biased a bit towards completing easier levels. So I did do the big jungle tree area, which is certainly not one of the easier. I mean, I think easier. What I mean is like the faster to complete ones. We decided to put my gear in the way of the stuff that I'm trying to clean. Like, I think it should be 5. I think that's historically the thing I get annoyed at in Power Simulator the most. Sometimes really big levels can get a bit frustrating because you're trying to figure out how they actually work and how you need to navigate them. That can reduce the chill aspect of playing Power Sim. But outside of that, it's definitely the like gear being in places that impede me doing the cleaning. Alright, let's finish this bench off. Yeah, a check, junk or otherwise. Okay, I think I need money to come to this side. Yeah. We'll take it. You gotta wonder how that park warden wound up in their role, because they don't seem to have a particular passion for the job. And it doesn't really seem to me. Maybe there was something that seemed like it was more interesting when they were studying to do it, but then when they got the job, they were like, didn't realize how much of this job was going to be the bit that I didn't like from my study versus how much of this job is the stuff that is actually the things that made me feel interested in pursuing this career in the first place, because I can understand that happening, you know? I don't have necessarily strong memories of when I was young in a playground, but there are certainly pictures, videos from my youth. I have stronger memories of the pictures and the videos than I do of the actual experience because I was very young. But these are the sorts of places that were meaningful to me. And then, in terms of like public parks, like not like playgrounds or skate parks, there's been plenty of times that they have been meaningful to me. I've used them as a place of refuge from the world for a number of reasons and occasions over the years. Alright, there's maybe something here that I'm missing. I know there's floor that I'm missing everywhere. There's just going to be floor everywhere. That's just how floor works. There's a lot of it. Okay. Alright. I think that I won't prioritize finishing the floor. Maybe I should, but I won't. Plan is to focus on standing structures first. Playground has the tiny bins, and they feel satisfying because they're very easy to finish. So, yeah, like, get them, you do the outside, you get the inside lip, and then it's like, you've done an object. Whereas this, not a very, gosh, how is the outside area so immaculate? Like, that is what consistently shocks and impresses me. But even from a design perspective, I feel like they could put like a little bit of stuff out there, and then like you can be like, like it could become like a challenge run to be like, I'm gonna do this, but I don't want to get this section. Oh, the reason that's not marking as clean is because it's this whole section, including this, which I haven't done the wall part of that wall. Oh, okay. guess that's not an option. Didn't realize it was such a problem. Okay. Not feasible, unfortunately. Wow. That does not really seem to be a result of people skating here. Like, that looks like someone shoveled dirt. Which is theoretically possible, you know, like, I mean, theoretically is what I mean. You know, it's like maybe someone did do that. But, like, it is caked. Like, maybe there was a flood, but that wouldn't explain like, this. You know, everywhere outside is in very good nick. And, like, the quality of the things, like, you clean this, and it's not even like the paint isn't even chipped, right? One of the downsides to free plates, you don't get like the updates through the these parts of levels. I've decided that this ramp counts as a standing object, a freestanding object, even though it very clearly isn't. I've decided that it counts. It's just the border float that I'm not doing right now. Thus saith I. It's a just pronouncement. I don't even know why I said the word freestanding, because most of the things that I'll be cleaning are standing dependent on other things. Like the floor, which is not like neutral. Sorry, there are things that are standing that are depending on the floor, and the floor itself is not natural. It's the statement I'm attempting to make. But don't feel like I'm articulating this clearly as I'd like. Is this the same wall? If it is, that explains why it's so hard to clean. I don't know. I'll see how No, I've got so much of this level left to do. I'm definitely not gonna have time for another one of the big levels. I think a lot of the ones where you have to like clean like a large floor don't feel as satisfying as the vehicle levels, just because it's like such a long process. And like floor, it's not like a particularly interesting place to clean. You know, sometimes they'll have obstacles there, and then you have to navigate those obstacles is part of the challenge. But you know, doing this is not like the most rewarding. But then the percentage is based so heavily on cleaning the floor, because the floor is such a large point of the surface area, that it means that you aren't being given the positive reinforcement of the percentage increases for... Man, that is insane. Can people actually skate that? That looks like neck-breaking. I feel like I'm going to die just looking at it, but that might just be an age thing. I wonder if there's... I guess skate parks don't really tend to charge, so that's probably why there isn't. If there isn't. I was going to say, I wonder if there's like a simulator where you run a skate park. There's surely one where you run like a sporting goods store. But I feel like the sporting clothing stores are often the ones that are more cool, and then they also sell sporting goods, but like I think they probably make a lot of their money off of the clothing aspect. Because let's be honest, a lot of people are much more willing to adopt the aesthetic of sporting than take the financial burden, as well as like time and otherwise, like, you know, educational burden of actually picking up a sport, be it extreme or otherwise. You know, many people do not skate in like even a quasi-professional manner. You know, like I play Pokemon quasi-professionally, you know. I theoretically can get paid money for the stuff that I do playing Pokemon. Not as much on this channel, I guess, theoretically. Also on the other channel. I guess if I was streaming this, it'd probably be different. But I didn't want to, so I didn't. Streaming. You record a video like this. If you say or do something stupid, you can edit it out with that release. I had to edit something out earlier. It wasn't me saying something stupid, it was me accidentally revealing the. See, this is on in like the first episode I played on Fair Flips because it logged out and I had to log back in. And I didn't realize I was gonna have to log back in, and I put it on the main screen before checking on it. And I have since mostly learned my lesson. Probably not really, but I feel like I've learned my lesson, so that's gonna count for something. Guess I'm cleaning the floor now. I'm just sort of doing what I can do most easily from this vantage point. Even if I think the floor clearing is probably not optimally done from height. When I do like the roof of the fire station, for example, I tend to go back and like walk back and forth. Okay. I think that's really what I was gonna get from being there. I feel like I've received the efficiencies. You can walk straight up that. I think in the real world, I am less capable of walking up such a sharp, steep incline than the power washer. I do agree, like, with the developer's decision to name this Power Simulator, even though it is pressure washing. Now, I don't know if there's a reason why it isn't power washing. Like, I don't know why that's not an option, and maybe it isn't too. I haven't actually played 2, and they haven't put an archipelago on it, so I'm not going to buy the new game. So I can play in a randomizer, I think. I haven't bought the DLCs in this game. And that would at least give me a significant degree more level variety. Even if I do wind up, you know, in like the, I want to say the Terrans, but that's the StarCraft term. The Imperium of Man in Warhammer. Which to me seems like a suboptimal place to be working a maintenance job. Though it is a pretty important aspect with such a heavily mechanized workforce. Maintenance is so important when dealing with it, especially when you don't have like the faith of the orcs, because the orcs, with a K, not a C, in Warhammer are able to power their material and enable it to function through belief, which, this is called Arch. This is quarter pipe. Okay, Arch was the thing that was terrifying, not the quarter pipe. I guess that makes sense because I know what a half pipe is, which is just these 2 quarter pipes next to each other. Is there a half pipe on this track? Escape in the park, I suppose. And the answer is no, it does not look like this one. Maybe they go down to the top of the arch. That also seems like you'd be at risk of slipping and injuring yourself. And I'm just thinking this from like a liability perspective. You know, there's the health and safety perspective, there's a liability perspective. This feels like it was a very significant liability, and I don't understand how, like, how they can get like a. Oh my gosh, this is gonna get political. Regarding the Football World Cup. That's what it's reminded me of. America and Canada being on the bill to host the World Cup. America hosted the World Cup previously, and that was already pretty ridiculous, but at least the cities were like actually engaged in it. This will come out after the playoffs but with the cheapest tickets of the entire World Cup are the ones several months before, which obviously it makes sense that the ones several months prior in March they can have cheaper tickets. One, because the countries are in the World Cup. You know, the countries include Suriname and New Caledonia, who are very low population countries. And I'm going to be spoiling New Caledonia, don't get me wrong. But they've almost surely already lost to Jamaica by the time this comes out. And then Jamaica will have played the Democratic Republic of the Congo. and I feel less confident about my predictions in that matchup. But you know, the DRC is higher seeded, and I think that they have very much earned that higher seeding. You know, I feel like the Jamaican teams feels like it's in the process of recovering from the period where it sort of fell off, you know? And I feel like this really is just the test to see how much Jamaica's team has recovered. You know, because Jamaica has been, not super frequently, but they have been a World Cup team before. And I think that they are a nation which is set up reasonably well to be a World Cup team. I mean, New Caledonia's got like okay with that. Like, if New Caledonia was rich, I think they'd be absolutely killing it. You know, I occasionally check out what I can of New Caledonian League. I may have mentioned this in a previous video, but I got a jersey for Ars Magenta, one of the stronger New Caledonian teams who make it in the Big France Cup a couple times. And yeah, they don't often do amazing, but they often do okay. Big fan of New Caledonia national team as well as Ars Magenta. But you know, like I don't have like a football rivalry sort of perspective to it. Oh, the name's escaping me right now, but there's another really good team which has also made it into the French format a couple times. Not made it as far as Ars Magenta. They've only made it to the round 7, which, you know, still a good achievement making it there. But round 7 is the one that they qualified into. So I think they've one time they qualified into round 8 and made it to round 7. Yeah, but like Ars Magenta has, you know, been eliminated by a top tier French team before. Not the top. When I say top tier, I mean like, gosh, what is it called? The top bracket of the French league, not the best teams in those leagues because of the way that the qualifiers for the big French thing. I'm also forgetting the name of. I'm just forgetting the name of everything right now. I haven't been in a football-y mood since the news. I've been occasionally mad at the World Cup and the fact that it's being hosted in America, and supportive of. I've seen some people saying that Australia should boycott the World Cup. I agree. Especially because I don't believe we're playing our games in Mexico or Canada, though I think I'd also be okay with boycotting Canadian games. I think Canada. But the problem is that Australia's also been like very gosh, the fact that like Iran very likely to boycott may get resolved, though it feels unlikely. And Iran is like a very deserving team to be there. Like they've been playing it. It may even affect the ability for like the Iranian women's team to do that, and like that. Like that's a I don't know. It feels like it's just so cynical, the whole deal, and it's screwing over Iranian women, including the Iranian women's team, who I have a lot of support for. But if Iran gets out, then the way that I've seen people talking about it is that so Iraq will proceed through from, instead of being in their slot, which they are in the Interconfederation playoffs, normally they'd be playing the winner of Bolivia and Suriname, and then instead they'd be playing the UAE in that slot. I am of the opinion, one, that the UAE shouldn't get a bye. If they were in, I'm pretty sure Bolivia would be. I think that Bolivia is ranked above them in the overall rankings, so it should function that Bolivia gets the bye, and UAE should be playing Suriname and then Bolivia to try and qualify. But I just think that Iraq should get the auto qualification into the Iranian slot, and then whoever wins between Suriname and Bolivia should qualify. I don't see why the UAE should get like the opportunity, let alone the bye. I mean, they frankly did not earn it, you know? It also sucks, because seeing Iran beat New Zealand, I think, would have been very funny. I think they were playing Belgium and Egypt, and like Iran and Egypt is a pretty solid game that I also would like to see. Belgium and Iran, I think Belgium is a fairly strong team. I've been getting more annoyed at the broader perception of Belgium in the context where, obviously, the Belgian Congo and then before that, the Congo Free State. And just the general sort of grossness of Belgian colonialism and stuff. And the sort of the degree to which Belgian soft power has managed to effectively recoup that has been pretty, yeah, not been too keen on it. Seeing Iraq beat New Zealand would also be funny. I forget, was New Zealand as bad as America was? Sorry, not America. As bad as Australia was on the Iraq War. I don't really think, you know, Australia is so much larger and wealthier than New Zealand. And so, like, New Zealand isn't really like a major factor on Australians in the same way that Australia is in New Zealand. That I, you know, often don't think about New Zealand. Certainly less than I would about other partners in the region. You know, like Indonesia or Malaysia or even Papua New Guinea, which is much more populous though, much poorer than New Zealand. Also been to Papua more than New Zealand. I've only been to New Zealand once. Yeah, maybe I'll go back there. But like I don't think I thought about New Zealand that much. Like, you know, I was following what a few other countries and their things in the whole conflict, which again hopefully is resolved by the time this video comes out. And we'll know what's happening at the World Cup, because if the UAE is taking over from the Iraqi slot, then I mean, they gotta do that soon. That game is pretty soon. Okay, that's good. So we should know by the time this is out what's happening in terms of that. I mean, look, I'd love it if I woke up tomorrow or saw the news that the conflict was over, but it doesn't feel that likely. Yeah, I definitely don't have time to do another level of this. Gotta figure out how to go to specific levels in Psychonauts. I gotta figure out which one I need to go to. I've got many abilities in Psychonauts, but unfortunately none of them are levitate, which I think that the YAML had an option to start with, and I'm like, oh, you know, that seems a bit overpowered. But now that I don't have it, I'm like, that'd be kind of nice. There's a lot of checks sort of get behind it, and then there's ways to get there out of logic. I'm just not good enough at platformers for that. Like, I saw viewers who have like an insane memory thing of videos that came out nearly a month ago. I'm not going to get any real checks for this level, am I? At least I got one for the previous level. Sorry. There was like, I was looking up a Wikipedia page of a song because I want to know what album it came out of. That's like, sorry, this is a bit of a detachment. I mean, if I unlock a vehicle or like a shorter level, maybe like Fortune Teller's Wagon or something. Actually, I may have already done Fortune Teller's Wagon. Golf cart, I do. Washroom. No, actually, I lied. I would only do like golf cart. I only do small vehicles. I would not do even a medium-sized level like Fortune Teller's Wagon. I've nearly played Outwash Sim for as long as I played Pokemon White. Yes, for those of you who have watched videos for the whole time, trying to use like a jump exploit to get an out of logic check of on top of a big log in the car park. Apparently, basically, the idea of what I was doing was correct. I just had no idea how the actual sequence break works. But I was able to do it what I should be trying out. So yeah, that's cool. Proud of myself for figuring out what the most breakable part of that interaction is. Just didn't have the degree of experimentation to execute the actual skip. I mean, we're pretty clean on this end. You know. What even is the bowl for? Like, I know what it's for. Like, you know, I've played Tony Hawk games when I was very young. I've watched Tony Hawk when I was very young. What is it? I haven't seen one. I wonder if someone's developing a Tony Hawk related, you know, like Underground or something, or even like the Disney one. AP. That's what I wonder. I like having a structure in which I approach a game from my childhood, or even new games. So also go on. I think I might make videos for this one as well. I don't know. It probably doesn't make sense to, because stuff will be happening. But it'd involve me playing 3 new games for the first time, of which 2 of them people may be familiar with, and one of them only people who came here for the Mancini rather than anything else will be familiar with. But it felt fitting to, you know, in a name that pays homage to the Italian national team to do. That might wind up coming to this channel. It really depends how I feel. But I think it actually technically just started that sync, like, while I was recording this video. There we go, we finished the skate park floor. That was such a big part of this. But yeah, moving it just so that you have only 5 checks per level at the 20%. I honestly would be happy with moving it down to the 25s, but the minimum is 20. And then making it so that more of your junk checks are other people's games, I think makes it more rewarding. But when you have like even as many junk checks as this, which I think that's 6 per level instead of 4. Putting too many of them in other people's games sucks. I don't even know to what degree you can customize the ammo jigsaw to resolve the junk, to change the rate at which junk checks wind up in other people's games. I presume there's got to be at least like a little bit of flexibility there. Yeah, but I haven't really taken around with the jigsaw YAML too much. I've really... actually, this is Revelations for the Deep. It's Deep Thoughts with the Deep. I looked at my YAML, and I apparently manually set the number to 247 or something jigsaw pieces, which I guess I just randomly clicked on the scale. But I thought I had it set to random. I've already been struggling a little bit with the jigsaw. It's at a point now where the jigsaw is very easy feeling. I've got another check about 80%. Let me check. How many junk checks have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 junk checks and 1 real check per level, because there are 8 checks. That's crazy. You know, like, you certainly don't want to be giving other people that many junk checks to get. I mean, that's been part of my issue with Vampire Survivors, is how many junk checks there is. I put on, it's called like Monster Sanity or Kill Sanity or whatever, where you get checks for killing each monster for the first time, which sounded great, but the junk checks being completely useless is not helpful. And then that just means I added a whole bunch of filler checks, because other checks are for getting chests, finishing levels with characters. And like finishing a level is a check that is the equivalent of unlocking a level. Finishing a level with characters is the check that's the equivalent of unlocking a character. There are definitely multiple settings where I could have made this list, no problem. Rails and walls. Rails is this rail, presume. No, it's not this rail. Is it this rail? It is this rail. I suppose with the conversations I was having earlier today. The tracks. Okay, and then I have wall. I can do this. And now the walls are still a clinging glow. Keep glowing? Oh, they just glowed that one part. No, no, they keep glowing. Okay. Okay. So see that one over there? I guess I'll have to figure out the other one after. In terms of getting up there, that's probably an arch sort of moment as well. Nope. Game said no arch for you. I see. Yeah, that does seem like a problem. Only one wall left. There it is, in the corner. Alright, I think... No, fine. It's from right at the start. One of the first walls I worked on. But it's presumably the top that is also still Alright, I might have to give up. Yeah. There we go. Unfortunately, I needed help. And it took me longer to do this than my Pokemon Light playtime. I did enjoy it a bit more. The Pokemon Light music, that was pretty cool. Alright, next game, let's go Psychonauts. It seems to me very hard for me to goal. Maybe. Okay, what did I get? A Voodoo Doll and a Psychonauts. Okay. Here's a Voodoo Doll. I might decide at some point to go back. Okay, so where am I? Remind myself. I am at here. So I'm gonna go down. I also have got the sound mixer in front of the checks, even though I do also want to see them. Alright. So. Oh, there we go. I believe I got a tag for you, my friend. There we go. I have no idea what these guys do. I can hear the crying, which indicates another piece of baggage. Is it inside here? No, that's a window. Okay. I appear to have inverted vertical camera controls for some reason. I remember there was one in a room somewhere. I also have my headphones on backwards, which doesn't help. Just making it very difficult for me to navigate this. Alright, there we go. Oh, that gave me a psi rank as well. I guess that they just do that. Okay, so let's just get to the bottom of this level. Which it doesn't actually seem to be this way to get to the bottom of the level. Path downwards. What? Where even was? That truly feels like this. Oh, right, that's the person. Okay, come on. It's very difficult. Like the way the camera adjusts does not help me out. Okay, so I do think I have to go this way to get back. I can just use the smelling salts. It's probably a reasonably strong case for just using the smelling salts. Okay, not a very well-maintained institution. I don't need to get back into that mask outfit, do I? Okay, so down here, there's 3 checks. Okay. It's hard to figure out where exactly I am on this map sometimes.
Oh, great. You ruined everything. Now I lost. You are losing anyway.
Okay, there we go. Found my own psych art, which is how you get towards ranking up.
I want to play again. I'm your commanding officer. You have to listen to me. That is an actual rule.
I feel like I've been through a very large proportion of this game's overworld. Certainly not all of it, though. Okay, so we gotta get up there. That's in logic. Okay. I don't actually think that guy's my commanding officer. I do have a commanding officer, presumably, being that I'm one of the psychopaths. Come on. What? Okay, that did not seem to be at all related to the amount of swing that I had, which is... I feel like this has got to be the way I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing it. Like, if I could just... Okay, that works. How can the docs mini kit for? Then there's something else, I think, on top of this, maybe? Oh, there's that steamer truck up there. There we go. I don't know how many of these tags I have left. It looks like I have 5 of some... No, I don't think that's correct. I don't know.
Army, we're a family, and today we all have to just pull together and kill.
That's fair enough. So there's one more added logic check here. If I go back to the main area, which I think is through here, there's one more in logic check. Okay, I'm over there. I'm not sure how to get to the check. Looks like maybe we're platforming around here. No. Oh. What?
This hat box needs a hat box tag.
Alright. Well, that's presumably the other check. I don't have that tag. I don't know if I need to use the lungfish. Looks like I do. So what do I have? Marksmanship, shield, confusion, pyrokinesis. that's not clearly not what I was trying to do. There we go. Hello. My dear
What's
friend.
up, Linda?
Prepare yourself for passage, human child.
Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Ah, the greatest game of our generation. Well, at least you guys have been seeing the checks I've been getting. Yeah, I've just been working my way back down through the asylum. Because I'm BK behind, me. I can probably hit that, actually. On that screen, I can't. Did I get it found yet? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. I can also hit the level unlocks, but I feel like they'll just come naturally. No, that's the Pokemon one. It's the second one spawn. I think it's theater. Yeah, that's why I did that other one. Okay, so what is it? Let's see, something. It's not that one. Apparently in logic check. Okay. Sorry. I was hinting. Levitate, progressive levitation. Which is in Pokemon Way, Route 3. Okay. I'm going back to Pokemon. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Again, obviously trying to control the game way ever once. Okay, let's go to Route 3. I do still have to get through the other city, I believe. Alright, so we're Route 2. I'm gonna quickly grab water. What's in my fridge? Alright, the game will feel less frustrating after have a nice bit of water. Oh yeah, I also didn't turn the sound for Pokemon back on. In fact, I appear to have... No, I didn't. I was gonna say I appear to have closed the sound settings, but no. Okay. It's the first time you're putting on a scene 25, and I feel like probably about to. Can you check? I've been through this route before. I don't even know how I avoided them. There's a single check for strength on this route. Because why wouldn't there be? They love. I feel like this is like a particularly strong thing in Gen 5. Just like the single, just the like singular check behind strength that like is completely random. And why would they do it? Where the heck am I? I'm there? Understand. The smiles of Pokemon are very powerful. Knowing that you're able to contribute meaningfully to the future by making a positive impact on children can be incredibly rewarding. I had my ears in the wrong ears ago. From when I went up to get water. Thing is, I think the check I need might be in the playground. This doesn't have the universal track doesn't have. It's yeah, for this game. I'm not a fighting type yet. Flame Charge does not have a lot of power points. Have I really unlocked this many biomes? Have I unlocked basically all the biomes already? No, let's see if that is actually I've got the bot track of frigates installed. And still so many basic things that I don't have. Like I don't have fish, eggs, berries, insects, vegetables. I don't have the funny flasks. I don't particularly care for them anyway, so I don't really know how to use them. Do I have clay? Do I have stone unlocked at least? No stone. Okay, so there's apparently a check inside the... Okay. A double bell? Yep. Well, luckily I have a speecher. Otherwise this would be less effective. Let's just pop a takedown into the right one. Man, there's so many things that I can think of that none of them. There are probably many people who just who, even when they were coming out, had no idea that these things were. And certainly at this late date, have no clue. I might move the XP share to Mona. I can't do that yet. I must go to the bottom of this list where the XP share is just 1. Never mind, the XP share is at the top of the list. Second one. Okay, I just named that. Like I literally just did that. Like genuinely just then. I was like, oh, I do have an against. No, that's the, yeah. Sharon! I do have a trio badge, it's true. I don't know, probably me. not a great start for me. I would prefer that you put out a Pokemon who was lower level. Alright, I'm gonna start with the overheat and then go for the switch. Alright. That's probably gonna do about as much. Yep. It didn't drop their stats by 2 stages. I don't think that's true. Alright. Let's bring out the homie against. I should think about what Pokemon I actually want. I have no idea how this will work. Like, what fades? Does it still affect the game? Sorry, is that the best move thing? I mean, I do click Fire Whip, so. Yeah, alright. I think I might just be better at Pokemon than Kieran is. Alright, we're trying to evolve Power Wash. But also the main thing that we're trying to do is get Jax. I should go pull this up. Is Challenger's Cave at the end game? Challenger's Cave is right before Iris. Great job, guys. Why did I Ember over going for Flame Charge? Alright, I do this at least. I'll certainly pick up. Well, now I want to go back to the third stage. What? How does that logic work? The reason that I don't have more gym badges is because... Oh, don't make me fall off to that, okay. Don't care. Yeah, it's like an error scene or whatever. Alright, let's talk with Bianca. She'll heal my Pokemon. No. Why would she do useful things? I sent 5 Pokeballs to Platinum. They're the ones you get at the start of the game. There you go. Okay. Also, they don't... Does Charon have 3 badges? Charon said we both have the same number. I have 3 badges. I think Charon only has 1. There we go. Need to get checks. I don't care about this stuff. I just care about the randomizer. People complain about Jet 7. I feel like it's been every few minutes in this game. Now the good news is my Pokemon's called Power Wash, so it reminds me of Power Wash Simulator. Alright, this guy better not be as resistant to being caught. because that was pretty ridiculous. Ugh. I was gonna say I just got 5. I got 5 Pokeballs in a different game. Yeah, it turns out the more games you play, the more confusing it can be. I don't care. So many animations that I don't care about. The thing is, I need to immediately talk to the person who won me, which, if it's anything like the last 6 times I had to get an item from a random person, she's probably going to immediately challenge me to a Pokemon battle, which I get to prepare for. With this, like, completely useless. The fact that you need to use an item to, I like I should have gone to the shop. Literally was in, where was I? Streeton. Sorry, are these names? There was like what, Nuvema, Accumula, Streeton, and Nakreen. Are these named after clouds? Or maybe the sky more broadly? I was right. They do want to. They do just want me to suffer. It's called Route 3 Northwest item. Okay, good. It is the one that's right here. I meant to click Flame Charge. Never mind, I meant to click Tackle. I wish I was recovering 3 health for this. That would be really impactful right now. Yeah. Fence Call is not a meaningful move. You don't even have Bloody Press doesn't exist. Alright, is that the end of the fight? I don't think Flame Charge's base power has ever changed. I think being laid out in public like this. This is a pig. It's like it's only 15. Alright, we're almost at Pigeon Say. My joke. Pokemon just keep coming. Dove, I don't think it's great. I'm correct. Alright, we'll still have to get a Flame Charge. How long is Wellspring Cave? It's kind of long. Multiple floors? Including stuff that's out of logic, which I think means it is... yes. Mostly by battling a Pokemon from people who... Icy Reception may get... there we go. Sure. Yay, progressive levitation to Psychonaut! I did actually switch over the video to Pokemon's time. Okay, good. Look at her diligently journaling. Let's go back to Psychonauts. I conveniently now have levitation. I don't know what I need to do to rescue Lily. Is she like all the way? Like, is it that serious? Is it that much? I should check. I don't know how side challenge markers work. Get to the top of towns. Baker conquers obsession with bullfights. Maybe it's in one of these menus. Will have like the various baggage tags I have. No. Okay, so in this lake area, there's a couple pieces of baggage. I don't really have anywhere to get to. So I just take damage, I guess. Or I just get pushed? I don't even take damage, actually. Yeah, I don't know how many... I don't know how to check how many. I don't know if I can. Like, surely I have to be able to. I wouldn't mind unlocking triple jumps. Even if it was like the hop, skip, and jump. Right? You know? I need to get on top of the roof here, which I've done before. I think it might be you have to walk through here. Is there a way to run? Movement tech? All about the movement tech. So remember there's something on top of the roof. Apparently it's called emotional baggage, which is a pun. Famously. I think puns only belong in one place. YouTube titles, and then I guess the corresponding thumbnails, so that's 2 places. Where is it? Oh no, it's not on the... Yeah, I think there was one. There it is. Yeah, I've got no idea if I have the corresponding tag, and I wish I had something which I understood as telling me. No, come on. Why did you have to do that? Okay, so... yeah, I guess this by the rock out here. Okay.
This hat box needs a hat box tag.
It's a hat box as well? Well, let's see if I can do that still. And then there's one up there, I think near like a animal of some kind. I think they have like big cats. No, I'm not trying to get to the main campgrounds. of this one. I've got you climb up some trees. No? Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. Definitely the challenge using the map is not helping. Okay, and then there's the other check up there, which is in logic. Oh, I should Oh, cool. Well, it doesn't necessarily feel like what I would call levitation, but it is movement tech, and that was the main thing that I asked for. Okay, so I think that only leaves baggage checks, and again, I'm not sure if I have the tags. But I'll check. There we do! I have the tag! Yay! It's at Neverstone. Is that bonus full tag earlier? Which, you know, as everyone knows, the bonus tags are my favorite. Okay, so yes, there's Kuka Cave. There's baggage. And now I have levitation. There's some other stuff in the main campgrounds I can do. Okay. Oh. Yeah, calling it levitation. It just seems to me that I have a greater number of times that I'm able, circumstances in which I'm able to take advantage of that ball that lets me double jump.
This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
Okay. So... I did the wrong one. Alright. Visibility is pretty useful, so I keep that. Okay, so I think it's a deep arrowhead that's up here. Deep arrowhead, rock wall top. So it would behoove me to equip the dowsing rod.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
Okay, there we go. Cranberry seeds.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
Movement tech. Those are cleared. I apparently have a lot of sight guards. Or something. I think I want to go back up to the lodge because there's a shop there. I think this is only slightly faster than walking normally. Ow. I'm gonna die. I died. But they respawn, which is unfortunate.
Hey, anything new in the store?
Take a look. Dream fluffs. Delicious newts. Now, you take that core there.
I'll take it.
Sold to the big-headed kid with the gloves. What else can I do you for?
Take it.
Sold to the big-headed kid with the gloves. What else can I do you for?
Take it.
Alrighty then. What else can I do you for?
That's it for now.
Alright.
Suitcase tag. Okay, if I see a suitcase, I'll be able to, that's pretty helpful. Don't know where a suitcase is right now. Where's the nearest trunk that I can get? I think there is one that's not too far from here. I'm just not sure where it is. There it is. Alright, so
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Cruller?
Let's go to Ford's, my sanctuary.
Yes, noble Psycho Master.
So it looks like 6 of world checks in logic. 2 of which... Oh, pyrokinesis is good. I don't know how to use this, but... I think these do things. I don't know what the things are that they do. Do they rank me up? Yes, they do.
I don't have enough side cards to make a new side challenge.
Okay. What did I get? Rock Slide to blue. That's actually really helpful. Rock Slide is really good. I don't know if I have a Pokemon that needs it in this run, but in both my other runs that I've been doing it in blue, Rock Slide is pretty important.
My cobweb duster is empty.
Oh yeah,
I need to go
that's
check
true.
out more cobwebs for these.
I haven't been to people's brains yet because I only just unlocked the ability to go into people's brains. And sorry, no, that's not true. A while ago, I had been sent. I think even possibly before I loaded up the game the first time, I'd been sent the ability to go in some people's brains. The specific brain that I need to go inside, I don't have yet. That was the hint that big hint that I did. I'm not sure what these green checks are. So it's in logic for me to get up to rank 80. I don't know why. But the good other thing I need to do is I need to talk to the doctor, and the doctor can put the 2 brains that I have, I believe I have 2, in kids' heads, and that's pretty good, because, you know, we're slowly whittling down the number of, D-brained children. Still a disturbingly large amount left.
Son, I will teleport you deep into that solid rock over there. You don't knock, son. I will, son.
How do I?
Teleport you deep into that solid rock over there. You don't knock that off. Very nice.
No, I'm trying to...
Set me down easy and go pick up something
There we
that
go.
won't blow up.
Yes! I got a brain!
Good. Now,
No, I promise you. He didn't drool at all.
Is Milka okay?
Well, she'll be fully brained soon, I promise.
Well, when she comes out, tell her I'm waiting for her down by the docks, okay?
Hey, do you want to help us save the... Okay, is making out all anyone thinks about in this place? So, as you can imagine, we are in some bad trouble.
Sounds like it's time something bad happened to our fine coach.
Well, let me tell you what our plan is.
Please, you have your plan, I have mine.
But,
Say no more.
Agent Cruller,
what is the current situation?
I'd better go. lots of work to do.
Good luck, Rasputin.
Still a lot of children out there. I don't know if they are important for me to win the game, or it's just like a thing that I do. They don't give me checks, though I presume some of the things that I've picked up and gotten checks from would have been brains in the base game, though I don't know, maybe not.
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Cruller?
So we'll go near the geodesic isolation chamber first.
Roger that, Ranger Cruller.
Sorry, I think this is in this. That's in the cabins. Okay, I've got 2 checks in the cabins, 4 checks up here. Wedged in the geyser. Maybe that's a levitation one? Okay, so it's wedged in the geyser. Okay. These guys are annoying. Is this just a...
Nope. Still won't budge.
I think that has restocked them into,
I'm not picking up anything. Man, it's wedged into that little geyser. Man, it's wedged into that little geyser.
I don't know how to get it out of the geyser. Sure feels like violence is the answer.
Nope. Still won't budge.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Google. Dr. Google is here to help. By which I mean, Dr. Google is going to give me information that other people have already put hard work into getting. Oh, it must be retrieved by standing on the other geyser. Activate shield. Ah. Okay, that makes sense. I think I hadn't removed shield from my... Okay, I definitely still want levitation there. Maybe... Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I don't think I would have connected that with shield particularly. But that could just be because I'm stupid. Alright, so what are you? Larger rock by lake entrance. Okay. You. No, you. This one. While I'm here, I should get the... I mean, this is the problem. Larger rock by cave entrance is... Oh, actually, I think it's this. This might be the larger rock. No. I think that's the larger rock. I just don't know how to get up there. Oh, I figured out how I was supposed to get up there. So it wasn't. No, I'm definitely on the wrong side of the map. Definitely like here. I don't know. I think this is something one of the ones I've previously got. You know, it's fine. It's deep arrowheads give a lot of arrowheads.
I'm not picking. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
Yep. I don't know how I'm supposed to get up there. Getting out to the log flume, I figured that out. It's something which. So that's one I've gotten previously for sure. Though I am appreciating how quickly these turning into checks. It feels like this has got to be a way up, but maybe it's on that? Okay, no, apparently that is just a thing that I could get. This dowsing run is surprisingly effective for a dowsing run.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
I was picking up something. Ah, whatever. I think it's probably inside the base. But like that's already 2 more checks. Not even really feeling it. I don't know. No, I am feeling it. Oh, ow. I thought it was invisible, and also I am through a wall.
Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
Okay, but there's a regular arrowhead. Okay, so thoughts are I can use this to get to the caverns, and then after I've done at the caverns where I may get more deep arrowheads.
Take me to the kids' cabins area.
With pleasure.
I don't know where the redhead kid is. Okay, so trying to figure out exactly where the checks are. One's okay. There was a check inside this bathroom, I believe, so I should be able to look over here and figure out. Cabin's outhouse. Okay, so there's one. A refrigerator. up in the cave. No, it's not going up there. Cave is over there. Honestly, levitation was not what I thought it was going to be. I expected more of like levitating, and less of making a ball which very slightly levitates us. Which I would have thought was more like kinesis. Like that's, isn't this like how Superboy flies? Okay, so I gotta figure out what cave refrigerator is. Suggests to me there'd be something frozen. Oh. No, I think that's the other cave one. Oh, okay.
Can't get a good grip. Can't get a good grip.
No, I can... No. Let's click Y. And then use my heat powers. I mean, I knew there was going to be heat powers involved. It said refrigerator. But I didn't know exactly what the heat power use was going to be. I didn't realize I could just open it up with the Y button. How do I get out? Is it this? Is this? I know this is the exit. Here. And then one more check. Which looks like it's around this area.
I'm not picking up anything. Must not be any deep arrowheads nearby.
Probably a good thing. Okay, so sorry, it's been difficult to figure out. Let's just see what this is called. This check is called the high up tightrope. Oh, there's a tightrope that's high up. Sorry, is there a higher up tightrope? I should just get up there, because I'll have a better vantage point. I think there are genuinely no deep arrowheads on this map. This section of the map. Alright, this is as high up as we get. Where the heck is the tightrope? Oh, this guy's also a redhead. He's green!
Hey, wanna help me save the world?
She used to love that radio.
I don't know what the high tightrope is. Alright, time to Google this one too. Okay. I don't know why it's just called high up tightrope. It's helpful. So here's the regular high tightrope. I missed that. So there's a higher tightrope over this way. Maybe there's a higher tightrope up there. Once again, up there. It's currently proven to be more of an issue than it should. Is there a higher tightrope? There's a tiny tightrope down there, but that's not a high up tightrope at all. Okay. Yeah, I've got no idea what this check is. Unless it's something up here that I'm really missing, because it does look like it's here. Does it? No, I guess it doesn't. It looks like it's the top of this. Actually, what is at the top of that? It's the cave I just went into. Alright, in the cave, is there an alternate path? Down. Doesn't seem so. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Let's remind myself what the wood thing is. Try to avoid hitting the roof. And let's get back to the lab, because I believe I could turn my guys. Yeah. No, let's get back to...
Nowhere. I just like to come down here to hear your voice.
Pop in anytime, sir.
Let me actually get back. Main campgrounds, and then go to the shop, and then in the shop I can buy those scythe things, and those scythe things appear to like double give me levels, which is pretty cool. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. We'll get to see if the other kids who have their own plans of violence.
Hey, anything new in the store?
Take a look. Now, you take that psi core there, put it together. Alrighty then. What else can I do you for?
I don't think I have more of these.
What else can I do you for? Sold to the big-headed kid with the gloves. What else can I do you for?
Ballistics to Civ 6 is nice.
That's it for now.
I don't...
Go get more airheads and come on back.
So, Seed Maker sounds good, though I don't know if it actually is. Alright, so the actual thing that I needed to do is more the main point of this experience. No, it is, it's over here. This one. This one. Yep.
Where would you like me to take you, Agent Cruller?
I want to go to Agent Nine's lab.
Lab, please.
With pleasure.
Because this is the machine that I need to use. Somehow. This is how you get into the other levels. I'm not totally sure if there's a separate console that you're supposed to use with the... Yeah, that's just to exit. That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay, there we go. so... Alright, that one's shut. There's two that are shut, which are Gloria's... You see other ones? And Sasha. Oh, gosh. It's a bit rude to pry into Sasha, even though we're in Sasha's lab. Sure, let's try this one. Gloria's Theatre is the one that I know I need to check from.
That's an impressive house of cards you're building.
And still, not high enough to reach the sky and free her from her prison.
Who is she?
I only know that she is beautiful, perfect, and sad. Always she cries rose petal tears, and I can do nothing to help her because my creation lacks something, and it will not stand against the bull.
What bull?
El Matador. Okay.
Somewhere along the way, I feel that I lost something important.
Hey,
Now that takes me back. Poker night with the guys. Man, I miss those dogs.
okay, I'm off.
Well, see ya. Keep off the street now. Enjoy your new art there.
Why is it vibrating?
Well,
Cool. Is that a check? No, I just...
If I only had a painting, I could hang it up there.
enjoy your new art there.
Cool.
Nice! Now I can get Edgar's cards.
Well, see ya. Keep off the street now.
Oh. Well, I can break stuff and get checks. So that's right, I can get econ. And that currency can be turned into checks. Oh, I guess the rambling is the bull. Okay. So... Does that look right? Okay, I think I know where I am. I am correct. If this is the one I think it is. What was it? What did I get? A basement key for Pokemon White. That sounds pretty useful. Keys normally at the very least are checks, if not helpful for progression. That's helpful. No, I meant to. Okay. Okay, I got a bonus figure apparently. Okay, but the specific thing I was trying to do was to get over here. Oh. Ow. Okay. Does not look like you're capable of jumping over. Stop! Alright, that was definitely on me. Some of these I'd say have been less on me. All these figments. Figments do. But I have them. Oh, the other things I was picking up was health. Okay, so where am I now? Where I am now? This. So I need to try and get... I don't know how many of those figments there are, but they feel like some. Insanity sort of feels like a spicy option, you know? Alright. I need to get to the roof here, I just don't know how. Just going back and then successfully navigating this. Maybe it is just going back and successfully navigating this. Maybe last time the unsuccessful navigation was not super helpful. Okay, that didn't help either. Oh, I can't get through the gate here. Oh, I have to use telekinesis, presumably. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do. So many menus. Alright, telekinesis can replace that. Really? Telekinesis seems far from the most consistent. Okay. Sorry, is there... I guess it's emotional baggage. Was that a suitcase? If that's a suitcase, that's really good, because I have a suitcase tag. I do that for guarantees. Might not be a suitcase, given that... I'm not supposed to sequence rate this? I feel like I should be supposed to see. Like, I'm... really ascending to that height. I need to get up there. It's not something that seems very easy. Okay. It's not too bad. How do we get up? I mean, whatever. Pretty accurate representation of AI I'm placing it. As much as the attacking the random child, it's the fact that they're losing when attacking a random child, you know? Oh, there's one. Unless it's a check, in which case it isn't one. Sorry, I jump into them?
Introducing, fresh from the Thrilla in Manila, Iowa Tiger.
Iowa Tiger? That is a funny pun. I'm not playing against a storm this video. Sorry, I meant to skip this.
Wake up, little man. Time to go nighty-night.
I am awake.
Good, because it is bedtime for you, snake size.
What are you talking about?
You will fight me for my card, yes?
Well, I am looking for some cards.
Then
I'm confused. Okay. Okay. It would probably be helpful if I had shields. Oh, okay, that's all. Bullshit.
you are so tiny, I cannot even see you anymore.
Okay.
Avoiding the tiger pounce requires some serious tumbling skills.
Okay. I said the character unlock is Santa Madonna.
Tight, kitty.
Madonna, rather. So is this gonna be a check or? I guess the rose was a check. It's figments. So, sure. I just don't know what. This level feels like it would have been good to just tackle instead of tackling it. Much other things. Oh. Okay, I didn't realize it came here. I guess I
These
did.
things are worth it, Edgar.
Perfect. One step closer.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know what it'll be in.
Boy, I must have those queens.
Queen of Clubs. I see.
The cards are large, yes, but it is still a house of cards. Keep off!
So how do I get through the door? Oh. Probably did that earlier. Does this start me? Oh. Well, there's another card. But my priority isn't the cards, my priority is advancement.
Pearls before swine. Thank God. I felt like I was being looted.
No, not you. Wait. What happened to the painting? Just let me figure out this one. I feel like it means I gotta get there from a roof somewhere. Actually, shield. I don't actually know where I'm supposed to. A bit of emotional baggage. I was here earlier. And I bought a painting. I'd be able to get through that door, but I need someone to hang the painting. I don't actually know what happened to the other painting I had. I didn't see it, like, particularly obviously on the floor. It's there. That's right, that I need to hang it. What? Oh my gosh, they come back? Yes, they respawn. Say that they respawned. I thought they may be respawned when I died. That's not successful. Don't know what that's. Hey! Yeah, that's not appreciated. Can't just treat people like that. You can do contributing significantly to this place's economy. Okay, go on. Oh my gosh, how did that miss? Alright, you only have control over the swings when giving you control with melee units. Oh my gosh. Even further back into this place that I don't know how to get to. Okay. No! I was off the street, I promise. Oh my gosh, like I am so far above this thing, and it still will out there being even any basis for it, you know? It's not clear to me. It's probably clear to many people who are smarter than myself. At least smarter at every facet of life. Okay, so there's a thing that you can grab on. There's some of the... Oh, no, I guess there. There you are. Okay. Sometimes it seems to open up. Oh, I hit that, and that's what opened this gate. Right. Okay, so I need to succeed this time. Alright, I'll give this one last attempt, but otherwise I think I am going to play Psychonauts Against the Storm in my next video. Certainly it's going to be at least Against the Storm. Psychonauts. As well as probably the rest of what I have in logic in. Black and white. need that. I need this one back.
Shoo, get out of here. Don't bother my customers.
Yeah, I saw another dog selling art up the street. Are you guys a chain?
Ah, you've met my compadres. When we were young art dogs, we would run wild in the street together.
Understand.
Now,
Gotta go.
be good. I cannot look at this painting for too long, or I will cry. Thank God. I felt like I was being looted.
Are they all the luchas? Alright.
Introducing, fresh from an astonishing victory at the Killings and Billings, Dragon!
That's fine. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay. Okay.
Soon they'll be dragging your
Really care.
Man, I can still smell that guy. This one was a real pain in the butt to get.
Awesome.
That is exactly the card I need.
Alright. That's pretty good.
Please, boy, I must have those cards.
Alright, I'm going to save. Probably didn't have to save it over that. And thank you guys all for watching. Peace.